These are some of my favorite problems in calculus because they really get at the heart of what we're trying to do in fundamentals of chain rule, product rule, quotient rule, whatever rule. And it starts with the definition. H of x equals g of f of x times g of x. And we want to find h prime of x. First, before we can evaluate h prime of 1, we need to find h prime of x. So let's go ahead and do that. And what I see is that we have a product rule, g of f of x times g of x. So I will take the first g of f of x and I'll multiply it by the derivative of the second, which would just be g prime of x. And I'll add to that the second g of x times the derivative of g of f of x, which would be a chain rule, g prime of f of x times f prime of x. Now we're at the point that we can evaluate h prime of 1, and that would be g of f of 1 times g prime of 1 plus g of 1 times g prime of f of 1 times f prime of 1. Wow, there's a lot of looking back and forth from the table, and I'm going to try to highlight these things in that table. We have f of 1 right there 2 times. So I'll go up to 1, I'll look at the f function, and I see that f of 1 is going to be 4 in both of those cases. So I've got g of f of 1 is the same thing as g of 4. Now let's go ahead and take a look at g prime of 1. Well, g prime of 1, we're going up to 1, and we're going over to the g prime column. G prime of 1 then will equal 1/3. And I'll go ahead and put that in, times 1/3 plus g of 1 right here. Let's go to g of 1. There's 1. G is 3. And g of 1 is 3, so go ahead and add that, plus 3 times g prime of, remember, f of 1 was 4. And now I've got f prime of 1, and I've run out of colors, so I'll go back to yellow again. F prime of 1 is going to be 1, and f prime of 1 is going to be 2. Now a couple more things that I need to evaluate. G of 4, go down to 4, go over to g, and I've got a value of 6. So I've got 6 times 1/3 plus 3 times, and I need to go and evaluate g prime of 4. Again, go down to 4, go over to g prime, which is -1/6. And I will plug that in, -1/6, and don't forget we have that too. So now we have 6 divided by 3, or 6 times 1/3, gives us a value of 2, plus 3 times -1/6 times 2, minus 1, and the solution to this problem turns out to be 1. Great problem. I enjoyed writing this one.